at the qualities of a good or healthy environment. At this moment, we'll be looking at a poor quality environment. Now, this poor quality environment is the opposite of a good, healthy environment. It is dirty, full of odor, and it encourages the spread of diseases among the people due to improper maintenance. And such environment suffers from erosion, it suffers from flood, it suffers from weed, invasion, etc. So as we can see, unlike the healthy environment, a bad or poor environment has a lot of things that are bad that can attract diseases. And what are the disadvantages of this poor environment? It has effects such as bad odor. Now, maybe because of dumping of refugees, anyhow, some people will just find it easy. They will just come out of their houses with their trash bin and just pour it around the environment. Sometimes when you go to some streets, I will not mention such areas, but when you go to such areas, you will notice that they have heap of trash right in front of a house, and that is supposed to be a residential environment. So when you do that in your area, you will notice that there will be bad odor due to dumping of refuse. And what will that lead to? There will be outbreak of diseases due to the increase of pathogen and vectors. There will also be attack of dangerous animals. How? Bush in the environment harbor snake, scorpion, and this can cause harm to people. What again is the disadvantage of a poor quality environment? There will be hunger and starvation. How? When erosion and oil spillage leads to poor yield of crops, because the gutters are already blocked, no easy flow of water, and then before you know it, there will be erosion. Like if it rains, there will be flood, and it can affect crop yield. Again, there is what we call global warming. This global warming is excessive heat due to depletion of the ozone layer. How? It occurs as a result of gases, and we call that the greenhouse gases. It is produced by smoke from industries and also vehicles. What's another disadvantage of a poor quality environment? Polluted water. How will this happen? Release of sewage and other chemicals will make the water unsafe for drinking, for washing, and an area where people swim, the water will already be unsafe. And also it can lead to destruction of lives and properties. How? There is no easy flow of water, so flood in the environment can lead to the death of plants, animals, and also destruction of properties, because flood is a threat to lives and properties. Children will start wondering, how can we maintain a healthy environment? It's possible, because a healthy environment is necessary for good living. When we want to live well and good and have good well-being, then we need to maintain a healthy environment. Not just at home, even if it's at school, wherever we find ourselves, we must carry out the necessary things. Like in our home environment, we can dispose the waste properly to prevent both bad odor, irritation, and injury. We can also remove blockage from drainage channels. That's the gutter. Some people have made gutter to be their dustbin, which is very bad. So when we remove blockage from drainage and the channels, that's the gutter, it will prevent erosion and flooding. Then another thing, when we sweep and clean the home and the surrounding regularly, we will notice that our environment, our home environment will be healthy. And then when we empty the sock away to prevent overflowing, sometimes when you go to some environment, you will notice that the whole place is stinking because the sockaway is full, feces is just flooding out, even out of the sockaway. So it is necessary to always empty the sock away. Another thing is to wash dirty clothes and plates regularly. When we wash our plates and clothes regularly, it is another form of having a healthy environment. Some of us will just eat and just keep the plate. Some of us children will wear our clothes, keep wearing and wearing and wearing, and we pile heaps of clothes that are dirty and we will refuse to wash it. With that, we cannot have a healthy environment. Then what about the school environment? Even though as a result of the pandemic currently, we are at home, it doesn't matter. But we need to understand that we need to remove weed and from the school compound. We should also pick litters, as we usually do now. We pick wraps of biscuits and other things when you were around. And then we'll dispose them properly. Then we'll plant flowers and trees around the school, like we have it, where our swing is. Can you remember? And we should also make water available and use disinfectants in the toilet for flushing and cleaning. That is why we use our jig most times and our Izal and sometimes Dettol. We should also regulate the number of people sitting in class. That is why when we're sitting in the class, we don't crowd ourselves. As you all remember, we sit in twos. Alright. Now, there are many materials that are used for making a healthy environment, and we want to maintain our environment. We use our broom for sweeping, the cutlass for cutting, especially in this rainy season. We use our cutlass to cut the grasses around. Then we rake the entire dorm with our rake. Then we need to mop and clean our floor. And then our dustbin, we use it for storing the refuse and not to be pouring it up and down. Well, with that, I will say we will see in the next class. But before then, I want you to maintain the safety rule. Wash your hands always, use your nose mask, then avoid crowded spaces, and also try to wash your hands always. You can drop your questions in our class forum as you await your assignments and quizzes in the course of the week. Thank you.